When dealing with the top 1%, not a single millimeter of error is accepted. When it comes to luxury, perfection is mandatory. My name is Nathan Hanif, and courtesy of Fine Urban Interiors, we are going to be taking you on an in-depth tour of this 7-bedroom modern mega mansion. They say that good things take time, and at Fine Urban Interiors, we make sure that it's definitely worth the wait. I know you've been following our progress, and you can remember that this place was nothing but a flat, empty land. So first of all, I'd like you to notice that we have a very nice blend between both Mother Nature and also modern design. You can see how green the place looks. We have this lovely flower beds over here, but at the same time, we have this modern design that is leading into the sunken area and extends all the way over to the pool area. So this sunken area right here leads to our fire pit. This is an ideal place for you, especially, during those evenings when you're just here with family and friends. All of you sitting around this place, sharing lovely stories with a large bonfire right here. And to our right hand side, we have some really nice detail on this sloping area. You can come on in and sit at your own comfort. Once again, you can see the perimeter wall is very high. That's because at Fine Urban Interiors, we really value security and safety. We still have that play between Mother Nature and concrete. On the right hand side, we have a fun recreational area where your kids can play along while the adults have a good time here. You're able to keep a watch of them. They don't have to be on the other side. That's really why this green area has been put in place right here. One other thing that we do right here at Fine Urban is make sure that you get the best materials. This right here is a fine terrazzo finish, and this is just to ensure that you have durability. This home right here is a lifetime home. This is not a place that you're gonna end up moving out of. This is somewhere where you can stay for generations and generations. I want you to take a very key note of the shape and structure of the pool, as well as the greenery that we have. You can see this is a very organic shape. We were trying to go for something more natural because, once again, this is a very green house. It's more in touch with nature, and this is going to be actually one of the best places. On the right hand side here, we have a nice basking area even as you take a swim. I know you can see one of those dolphins over there. Has been handcrafted by our very own Fine Urban Interior craftsmen, and there are going to be 4 of these dolphins fitted with pipes, and you'll be seeing water jets shooting across the pool. I know you can imagine that view with me. In addition to the water feature, we're also gonna have some fire stands on either side, so it's gonna be a mix of both water and fire. Again, we are preserving the green areas as much as possible. One thing about Fine Urban Interiors is that we try to build around the nature that we have found in this place. We're not about cutting down trees, but rather finding new and creative ways of actually building around nature. So you can see all this greenery that we have right here. Along the perimeter wall, we also have some newly planted palm trees. In a few years' time, this will be at full length, so you can imagine exactly how the view will look with palm trees and you swimming here with the dolphins on the side and the fireplace. It's gonna be absolutely exquisite. Right here, we're gonna install a waterfall feature, so you can imagine how things are gonna be right here. You can imagine yourself enjoying a drink by the pool. Maybe you're basking. On this side, we have that lovely waterfall feature, just adding to that vibe of nature. So the structure you see to our left is actually the pool house, which was initially the main entrance to this whole place. We have given this a complete makeover. This is now officially the pool house. And what do we have in the pool house? We're going to have a large end-to-end television. Other than that, we're going to have a steaming area as well as a sauna. This is the ultimate relaxation station, and all this from the comfort of your village home. So let's go and take a look at what lies in store for us. So right here we have these two bathroom sections for both him and for her. I can imagine having a pool party over here. You want your own space as the men, you want your own space as the ladies, and you can see there's some really nice detailing here in the tiles. We have a nice pattern running all the way from the top right down to the bottom. If you follow me to our right hand side, this is the place where you want to be. This is the sauna room. I can imagine getting a nice steam bath here immediately after basking out in the sun, coming to sweat it all off, detox, and just enjoy your casual Sunday afternoon. Still in line with the Going Green initiative, you can see this lovely lawn that has been well maintained here, as well as the palm trees planted in perfect symmetry alongside this perimeter wall. Another thing about the perimeter wall is that it's not a boring wall. When you come closer, you can see the fine texture that we have right here. It shows you how much time and effort the craftsmen actually put into making sure that these details have been done to perfection. This is a family home, so I can imagine right around December you coming here with the whole family. Grandma can easily come down this ramp. She may not be able to take a dip in the pool, but she'll definitely enjoy the fireplace, the warmth, as well as the natural scenic garden. Let me show you the drive-in route that you'll be using. This is the main entrance of your home. We have this lovely sliding gate. Right here we'll have a lovely cabro paving taking you right to the front exterior. Over here there's a big feature that you can't miss out. This is this huge roundabout. Imagine having your own personal roundabout within your compound. Right here again we have that mixture between concrete and Mother Nature. We see that green area right here, and right here in the center we're gonna have a lovely water feature that's gonna be designed with the soapstone that you see laying over there. If we proceed straight on, you can see the parking, which has enough space for 3 luxurious cars. So let's check it out. Inspired by Greek architecture. So one of the things that I love most about this kind of modern garage is the amount of space that you have right here, as well as the fine finish that we have at the top. And everything we install right here at Fine Urban Interiors has its purpose. I know it's aesthetically pleasing, but other than that, it's actually to keep the rainwater from dripping on your cars. You know, you don't want any of those water stains. Remember when I told you that we like preserving the natural environment? Yes, this tree right here hasn't been affected or altered in any way. We found a creative way of building around it, but at the same time incorporating it in the design. And this is not the only green feature that we see right here. In the spirit of the Going Green initiative, we also have some renewable energy. These 3 pipes you see right here are actually the outlets for the biogas. Other than that, you can still see the same line of symmetry with the palm trees. Very soon, we're gonna see these fully grown, and this place is going to look absolutely amazing. So what you're about to see now is more than a home. It's the perfect blend of modern design, functional elegance, and fine urban signature, attention to detail. So the center of attention is going to be the 2 lions that we're going to have on either side, which complement these brilliant white pillars. And I'd like you to just take a look at the attention to detail that has been done right here. Again, it's not a smooth kind of finish. It has some kind of texture that brings the design to life. Other than that, we can see the pattern running all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top. On the stairs, we got this fine terrazzo finish. And on either side of the house, we have this lovely space that's actually going to be used for the planters. I can imagine putting some exotic plants right here on either side, just adding to that feel of nature. And when I stand here, you can enjoy the luscious green gardens, the view of the pool and the pool house from here, as well as the natural scenery that surrounds this place. Truly, Fine Urban continues to redefine what home means. And right about now, let's take a look at the long-awaited interior. Right from your front porch, we have this lovely design on your front doors. When you look at that, these are a modern design of French doors, very durable, at the same time a lovely arc with all these windows to allow as much natural light into this space as possible. And why is this so important? This design means you require little to no electrical lighting during the morning hours because of the amount of natural light that actually fills up this space. Now, the main feature that you see in this general entry area is these high ceilings. We have some nice gypsum fitted right here, as well as these ceiling lights. I can imagine that warm natural glow just adding to the ambience in this place. And what truly steals the show is this amazing spiral staircase. So we're gonna start with the west wing, and even as we go, I'd like you to take a look at the tiles that have been used here. The color is actually used to bounce all that natural light and make the place really well lit. Also, the tile selection is very different from what you see in usual houses. You can see that these tiles are actually quite big in size, just bring that feel of extravagance and luxury. Right about now, we're getting into the living room. It's a sunken living room area. Listen to that. Hello. The echo. Do you know why that is? We have a double volume living room. Look at the distance between this and the ceiling. We have a lovely gypsum design, and right in the center of this all, we're gonna have a nice crystal chandelier hanging all the way. If this doesn't scream luxury, I don't know what does. We have these really large window spaces to allow all that natural light in. This is about my height, and they're actually 4 sets of them. Look at the lines of symmetry right here. Look at the perfection and the attention to detail that the craftsman had right here. One other thing, we have some nice metalwork here. As much as we're going for safety, we also want something that looks absolutely classy. We can see some nice curvature right here, as well as the triangular designs on both sides. So this area also has an allowance for a nice fireplace right here, and above it, this huge wall where a TV will actually be fitted. If you look at the bottom right here, remember we're still in a country home, so we still want to give off that natural kind of vibe. That's why we went with this color. These are wooden tiles. This is one heck of a living space. This frame leads us into the family room. Once again, I'd like you to take a look at the detail that we have right here. The skirting that we have is something very different from what you see in most houses. This is a wooden skirting, again adding to the countryside home kind of feeling. So this is the family room area. This is the place where you and your family can actually enjoy a chill afternoon, you know, maybe just watching TV with the rest of the family, enjoying some popcorn, because we're going to have some furniture fitted here. We're going to have 2-seaters, and that's why there's an allowance for this space right here, as well as this space right here. In the corner, we're going to have a wash area. You don't have to go all the way to the bathroom or the kitchen area to wash your hands when you're having that popcorn, of course. And of course, a TV area to watch all your games. Now, I want us to also take a look at the gypsum design that we have right here. We still have a consistent gypsum design with the downlights again. So there's actually another exit. We entered through this side, but you can also exit through this space right here, which leads us to our first room. As you can see, this is really spacious. One thing I love about it again is the consistent gypsum design. It's actually been handcrafted again by our Fine Urban interior design team. When we take a look at the cabinetry, we see that the finishing is on point. It's seamless. We have space for your socks, space for your shoes, as well as the tile. When we step into the bathroom, we actually see that nice switch between the brown tiles to these ash gray tiles, which actually match the tiles we have here on the wall. We have this lovely Italian marble design, very sleek, very classy. Once more, you can see the slabs are huge. This is our shower area. We got the sliding doors, as you can see. This shower head is just a temporary feature. We're gonna get something much better installed right here. This was just for the pressure tests and everything. We've intentionally put a niche wall. This is for you to actually have very easy access to store and keep all your body washes, your salt washes, your shower gels, and whatever it is you see fit. So the natural movement that we'll have to actually access the east wing will be right through this living room area, and that's because that whole area is going to be blocked off through some really nice designs. Right here, we're going to have a broken mirror design from wall to wall, as well as a console table right here. So this entire section is also going to be blocked off. It's going to be inaccessible because of a feature that we're going to install here. It's going to be a huge aquarium. I can't wait to actually see how all this is going to come together. Imagine the broken mirror design here, the life-size aquarium over here. It's going to just draw so much attention to this side, and it's actually for a purpose. Because what we have on the right-hand side is the kitchen. You don't want too many people looking at you when you're cooking, and that's why we have gone with this design. This right here is going to be our cloakroom. Again, it's in a very strategic area because your guests don't actually need to go all around the house looking for where to freshen up. They can easily just access this right here. This is our dining section. Here is where we're going to have all those family dinners, family brunches, family lunches. Here's where you and your family will enjoy a warm meal. And the key feature about this is this double island countertop that we have both in the dining area as well as the kitchen area. This right here is granite imported all the way from Italy, and it is the best of materials. This right here is actually resistant to scratches as well as stains. So when you're chopping things up over here, you get a spill, you don't have to worry about any of those stains leaving a mark here. I know it's white in color, but that's something that you shouldn't worry about. Fine urban homes are timeless. So when we build something for you, don't expect to change it for at least 100 years. Every design right here is intentional, and the windows that we have here have actually been placed in the same line of symmetry as the windows that we have on the upper floor. So the gypsum design that we see in this dining room area, perfectly fitted lights. We also have a space allocation for an air conditioning system on both sides. When exiting the dining room area to the backyard, we have a similar design. The metalwork as well as the glass is exactly identical. We've talked about the dining room area, and this is now for all my food lovers. This is where everything goes on. I'm talking about the kitchen. So right at the heart of the kitchen, we have this island countertop. It's the same material as what we saw earlier in the dining room. Very seamless design. You can see the design continues to flow right from the top all the way to the bottom. Every fine urban home has been crafted to meet the client's needs. Right here we have a fully functional cabinet with everything that you need. Over here we have a space tailor-made for your fridge. When you move on over, we're going to have a nice pulley system installed right here. This space right here has been customized for your microwave. Underneath that we have this drawer. Under that again we have a custom space. This is for your oven. Remember, this is a family home. You're going to have many people here, so we have to have extra storage for you to keep all your things easily. If you are a short king, a short queen, you may actually need to get a stool here to access some of these spaces up here. But this is the main thing about the cabinetry. Extra space, extra space, extra space. You will never run out of storage space in this house. Again, over here we have a custom space. This is going to be for your cooker. Right above it here, we're going to have a hood to suck in all that smoke for ventilation purposes. When we look again at the countertop, as well as what we have here, it's the same design, the same seamless design that you see here is what we got over there. And to finish it all off, the kitchen sink with a lovely view. This sink right here is by Living Lux. It's a nice touch because the golden sink actually complements this white countertop with this pattern. Imagine doing the dishes to this view. Every kitchen needs its pantry. One thing about fine urban interiors is that we do not cut corners. The same consistency that we've seen in the dining room area as well as the kitchen is what we see right here. The same Italian marble top. When we look at the cupboards, it's the same thing you see in the kitchen. Again, it's all the way from the floor up to the ceiling, making absolute use of the space. Immediately after the pantry area, we have my favorite part of the house. I'm talking about the man cave. This space that you see here was initially the garage. You can tell from the earlier videos that this place has received a complete remodeling. This is my favorite part because this is our own little escape. Let's say when you have a lot of guests, you have the ladies cooking in the kitchen and you just want a space for you to chill with the boys. This is the perfect escape, away from the children, away from the noise, a place for you and your boys to just chill and, you know, talk things out. And if you're tired of the inside, we also have this lounge area on the outside that you can extend the fun to. Over here we have our very own fire pit, so even if it gets cold at night, this is a place where you can put the firewood, set a bonfire with you and the boys. So from the fire pit, you definitely need somewhere to store your firewood, and that's exactly what this structure is meant for. When you look at it again, you can see some nice fine detailing on it. And remember the symmetry we were talking about when we were inside? You can see these windows, how perfectly aligned they are, adding to the general beauty of the house. Our backyard has many more features, but first let's go take a sneak peek of what lies for us upstairs. First of all, we can look at the kind of design we have here on the stairs. We can see this nice curvature on each and every step. In addition to that, each individual step will have its own lighting, just increasing that ambience again. You can already see the electrical work has already begun, so all that's left is a little bit of finishing and then we'll install those lights. So even as we go up this stairway, there are multiple views. You can actually see the outside from here. We're going to have our large chandelier lighting up this whole place, as well as a general overview of the whole house. This is more of a vantage point, but from the indoors. So talk about living large. Look at all this space. So here at the landing, we will be having our lounge. Once again, the tiles you see are similar to the ones we've seen downstairs. When we take a look at the gypsum, still a fine finish. Once again, we have the ceiling lights for ambience as well as the air conditioning system, similar to what we saw in the dining room area. And the cherry on top has to be the entire view of your whole estate. I mean, this view is absolutely breathtaking. Look at that. So from right here, you get to see the full scenery of your house, right from this large roundabout that we have here. And one thing about this house is that it goes in levels, so you can see your view in level 1, level 2 and level 3. Immediately after that, we see the lovely flower bed alongside the trees and the palm trees that have been planted along the entire perimeter of the wall. As well as one of the key features on these sliding windows is that it's one-way glass, meaning on the inside you can see your view outside very easily, but on the outside we just have this reflective look and no one knows what's happening inside, giving our client utmost privacy. Right about now, I want to take you to one of the grand rooms. I'm talking about the master bedroom. So this is the master bedroom. This is the first segment of it. You can see the high ceilings. Once more, some fine cabinetry over here. The views that you get, you can enjoy your view. This is the view of the backyard. Actually, you can see what's happening there, as well as the windows we have on this side. So the gypsum design in the master bedroom is a very simple yet clean and classy look. Again, we have those fitted lights adding to the ambience. When we look down, you can see the tiles are a bit different. We were going for a rectangular look in the lower rooms, but the pattern in this one is more of a square finish. There's still wooden tiles, the colors are neutral, because we're still giving the vibe of nature, the vibe of the farmhouse. Other than that, fitted in this space is the kitchenette. This is the place for you to store all your snacks, all your drinks, as well as enough cabinetry space. We have multiple drawers. We have this right here. We have extra storage space in this room, but first let me show you what we have in the walk-in closet. So this is the walk-in closet, and as you can see, it's all about space, space, space. We have multiple shelves, we have cabinets over here, and there are going to be a few changes in the design. This right here is going to be replaced with a glass pane, so you'll actually be able to see what's happening inside. These two doors right here, as well as this is all going to be your cabinet space. We have shoe space, we have clothes space, so you don't have to worry about running out of space. This is our stunning and spacious modern bathroom, and right from the moment you get in, you sense a certain kind of calmness, and that's because of all the neutral colors that we have used in this place. Talk about the colors you see right on the floor and also on the wall. This is a lovely neutral color with a nice designed finish right here. Other than that, we have this huge window, which again appeals to that aspect of natural light, as well as the view that you get from here. Right here is where we're going to install our modern bathtub, so I can imagine after a long day just sitting in here, enjoying your view, sipping on your wine as you take a look at your fine estate. But we aren't done just yet. We also have a shower cubicle right here. This is a glass sliding door and it's fully retractable. Let's check out how it looks inside. So right here we can still see these large slabs of porcelain, giving it a very fancy look, as well as a sitting area right here. You know, as you grow older, you may not always want to take your showers while standing up. You can actually sit down and enjoy your shower without straining yourself too much. Right behind us, we have a niche wall as well. This is the place for you to store all your soaps, your shower gels, and maybe even perhaps light up a few candles and just enjoy your shower. And at the far end of our bathroom, we have these two niche sections. This is for you to store all your toiletries and everything that you need, you know, just for your grooming purposes. On this side here, we have an allowance for sinks for both his and hers, meaning she can do her thing over here. You know how ladies are, they need their space. We can also have our own space and get ready at the same time without actually clashing and colliding. Not forgetting our fine toilet we have right here. Right about now, I want to take you to your very own personal wellness and rejuvenation center. This is a place where you can relax your body and your mind at the same time. So what we have right here is a jacuzzi area as well as an allowance for a gym area. We're going to have a few treadmills right here, so you can get that workout in even in the middle of the night. You can do your light jogging just to keep fit, and once you're done, you can take a step into this jacuzzi. So right here is where elegance meets perfect design. This has been custom made just for this jacuzzi. It's already been fitted. It has its own personal settings where you can control the temperature and many more. So primarily, this structure you see right here was non-existent. Where we're standing right now is actually directly above the previous garage section that we had. So the client didn't really have a vision of what to do with this room, and that's where the fine urban interior consultants come in. We told them what they can do with this space, make use of this space and remodel it into something that would be of value to them. So we came up with this rejuvenation station. You get to relax your body, you get to relax your mind, as well as enjoy the view. You can still see these large sliding windows and monitor your entire estate while still taking in all that natural scenery. So we are now done with the east wing. Let's go ahead and check out the rooms that we have on the west wing. We can see the consistency in the design. We still have the high ceilings. We have that fine gypsum together with the ceiling lights. One of them is actually already on, adding that natural ambience, but there are going to be more lights fitted all around here. When we look at the tiling again, we have those wooden tiles. We're all about bringing the outdoors inside, so we have these nicely finished wooden tiles that just add that scenic kind of view, that natural kind of feel to the home. When we take a look at the color of this room, this is brilliant white, and that actually allows all this natural light to bounce off these walls very easily, making the room really bright, especially during those sunny days. Once again, we have a view of our pool, the roundabout, the front gate, all the way to the pool house. So this is something that's consistent with all the rooms you're able to enjoy the full scenery from here. So for the bathrooms, we have a door frame right here at the entrance, as well as these lovely brilliant white tiles, but they're not plain tiles. We have a nice floral design running all across, right from the entrance all the way to the shower area. At Fine Urban Interiors, it's all about making the most of the space that you have, and that's exactly why we installed this sliding glass door. It's not bulky at all. Same to the master bedroom, we also have our niche wall where we get to put all our shower products, not forgetting another window right here with the view, so you can just enjoy your shower after a long day, enjoy the view, see what's happening, and take in all that natural beauty. So this is the corridor leading to the next bedroom. Right again, we have a lovely gypsum design over here with the ceiling lights. It's more identical to the other one we saw in the previous room, but the key difference is the detailing when it comes to the gypsum. It has a very kind of modern design. Right here we have the lights all around, as well as ambient lighting coming in from this large windows. The only difference is the view that you have here. This is the backyard. Another key feature I want you to check out are these cabinets that run all the way from the floor up to the ceiling. We have extra cabinet space over here, so you do not have to worry about storage space. In the corner here, we have our very own bathroom. Remember, all the rooms you see here are en suite, so they have their own bathroom. The design here is slightly different. We don't have the floral pattern, but we have a nice white tiling with a little bit of pattern right here that adds a little bit of color to the whole design. Again, we see the sliding door mechanism right here. I told you it saves a lot of space, as well as the natural view you see right here, not forgetting our niche wall right here. So right from our landing area, we have this long corridor that leads to the aerial view of the backyard. Not forgetting, we're going to have a safety railing feature installed right here, as well as the gypsum that's running all across the ceiling. You can see these lights fitted in all round. So now let's take a look at the aerial view of the backyard. This is an ideal space for you just to relax, get away from all the distractions, and just enjoy this less noisy and less busy environment. Again, when we take a look at our perimeter wall, we can see the design of the columns, the fine architecture that has been put into the craftsmanship of this is absolutely amazing. So other than the indoor dining area, this house also has an outdoor dining area. This is our lovely pergola space, and as we extend over here, we have the dining area where we can enjoy our breakfasts, our lunches with our family and friends while taking in this natural scenic environment. Other than that, we have a lovely fireplace here, so even when it gets cold at night, there's ample lighting, and we can also light this fireplace up for warmth. The fireplace is also custom designed. You can see the detail over here, the fine design that has been put in place by our very own fine urban craftsmen. Into these columns, you can see the details that are running all the way from the bottom to the top of these columns. This is craftsmanship at its finest. Our backyard, and again, it's very scenic. You can see how green it is. We have some seating areas on the top, as well as the flower beds. When you look at the perimeter walls, we still have the palm trees that are growing, as well as an extra flower bed. And when you look at the lawn, you can see this luscious green grass. But what has to be the highlight of it all is the installation of a helipad right here. Our client is someone who travels a lot, so a helipad for him wouldn't be a luxury, but a necessity. You wouldn't believe me if I told you that this is the staff quarters. Look at the attention to detail that Fine Urban has brought to this place. When we look at the main door, the design we have is consistent with what we have seen in the main house. When you take a look at the windows, they're still very large sliding windows with the same design. When we look again at the high ceilings, something that we have seen consistently in the mansionette, and not forget the tiling that has been put into place right here. So So this opening right here leads us into the kitchen. You can see the quality of the main house has been mirrored right here in the kitchen. The same materials that we have used in the main house are the same things that you see right here. Like this fine granite that you see right here. Fine Urban does not compromise when it comes to anything, not even in the SQs. The same materials that we use there are what we use here. No matter the cost, we have to deliver the highest level of quality. Other than that, we have all this cabinetry space, the high cabinets that we have seen before, extra storage space right here. The servants can easily prepare a meal for themselves in this lovely kitchen. The staff quarters is a 3-bedroom, all en suite. The quality of the finishing is the same in each and every room. Right here again we have the high ceilings, the lovely sliding windows design, as well as these fine tiles right here. We also have ample space in cabinetry for the servants to store everything they need in these cabinets. Remember I told you it was all en suite. This is the bathroom. Once again, look at the detail in this place. You can see the large tiles that have been used here. We do not compromise when it comes to quality. Now we're heading in to the second bedroom of the staff quarters. Once again, we see the design with all the ample lighting in the room. No lights are on here, but you can see how well lit this place is. Once again, you can see the high ceilings that are consistent throughout the whole design of the house. Not forgetting its en suite, we have your very own bathroom here. Right now we're using it for a little bit of storage. That has been our in-depth review of this 7-bedroom mega mansion located deep in the heart of Siaya in Yala sub-county. My name is Nathan Hanif, and until next time, keep it fine urban. See you in the next one.